Right, folks, back with another little rant. I do love a rant. I like to get it off my chest, and I like to know what the public are thinking as well. Now, I've read in the news, right, that bullshit media feeding us bullshit, right, that Aldi are looking to have tills at the end of their aisles that are going to be self-used. You know, they won't have any people working on the tills, and they're saying that the savings will be passed on to the customers. Now, in the last 18 months, certainly this time last year, when everybody was panic buying once again due to the media of taking photos of shelves that had nothing on them and stoking up the fire, people were panic buying. So your big chains, your Aldis, your Lidls, your Tesco's, your Sainsbury's, your Morrisons, made an absolute fortune with all the panic buying. Plus there was nowhere else to go. People were using a day out at the shopping for something to do. So as it stands now then, Aldi are saying that, I've tweeted this as well, and they've actually got back to me, Aldi have. And they've said that the savings will be passed on to the customers. Bullshit. Bullshit. Some people are blaming Brexit. I don't honestly understand how it could be Brexit. People working on tills has got absolutely fuck all to do with Brexit. I just don't work it out. And then if that's the case, are you telling me that Aldi and all the other shops in France, Germany, Spain, Portugal, all the other EU countries are not going to do the same? They're going to try to save money by getting rid of people working on the tills. Cashiers is the name, I think it is. It's a cashier, which is a complete joke. They're just making it that they're just putting people out of work for the sake of it, right? Now, if I could understand, say there were a company who was struggling to make money, make a profit, struggling to survive, then you start to do things like that. You start to cut back on this. Personally, what I'd do is I'd sack a load of fucking managers, because it's the managers that run the shop, right? So anything that is going wrong is basically down to them. So I would look to sack the managers, not the ones on the shop floor. It just doesn't make any sense that the ones on the £60,000, £70,000 a year jobs are being kept on, but they're quite willing to get rid of the people who turn up on a Sunday morning and do the fucking job. You know what I mean? So I'm basically just having a rant of why these companies are doing it. These people have worked through the pandemic, or panademic, as Charlie fucking Mullins says. They've worked through the pandemic. They've worked through all kinds of pressures and the risk of catching the lurgy, and they are now being rewarded by the sack. Now, Aldi, when they got back to me, said that it would be around the same amount of staff in there. They'll keep around the same amount of staff. Now, what is around the same amount of staff? Is 40 around the same amount of staff? Is 10 around the same amount of staff? Personally, I'd say around is 5, around the same amount, because what will happen is they will put pressure. They'll get rid of people on the cashier tills, and then they'll just make other work for. They'll get rid of them. They'll get fucking rid of them, and the workload will be just passed about. Because one of the good things about Aldi is that when they're not like a Tesco's will have 10 people on the tills and they sit there waiting. Aldi do it different. They have people, when the tills are busy, check in number 4, please. Can you? We are opening checkout number 3. That's it. We are opening checkout number 3. Right, get rid of the queues. That person then goes back and does some work. But what will happen is that people they'll actually have to have a couple of people on the till for things like somebody buying alcohol. Yeah, somebody buying alcohol. Somebody will be buying something else like fucking glue. One day some kid will buy a knife, and they'll need somebody there to do an age check. So they're no better off. They're no fucking better off anyway. 1 or 2 people on the tills. I just don't work it out. It's just fucking shit. It's just absolute shit. So I don't know. I mean, it's good now how they like just push everything. It's going to cause so many problems. Yes, I know that some places have self-serve checkouts because it just makes sense to, if you've got a couple of items, fair enough, go for it. I'm not saying don't have self-checkout counter tills. I'm just saying don't go rating all of the fucking staff, and don't feed us bullshit, because we can fucking see through it. We can see through it. Okay, laters.